Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the preparatory workshop for MCAT Media Creative Aptitude Test in association with MAAC. And yes, today the session is to make VFX simplified, to make you learn how you can learn VFX and how it's used in and the career opportunities, of course. And to guide you on that, we have Mr. Ashish Ranjan with us. Welcome, Ashish, sir.
Thank you, Pooja.
Mr. Ashish Ranjan has more than 10 years of experience in field of visual effects. During his career, he has trained more than 5,000 students and guided them towards their brighter future. He has also worked on various projects such as Sacred Games, Parmanu, The Story of Pokhran, and many, many more. So without wasting much of your time, I'll quickly hand it over to Mr. Ranjan. So over to you.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you for a brief introduction. Shall we start now?
Yes, please.
I can share my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so hopefully it's visible now, my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so let me bring my presentation. Okay, so my presentation is visible, right?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, wait. So, hey everyone, my name is Ashish, and thanks Pooja once again for a brief introduction. So, I'm working in this field more than 10 years, and I have trained more than 5,000 students and work dozens of films and series. So, first thing first, if VFX comes in our mind, the mode of communication will be English or Hindi or any other language. English will be good, I guess, right?
Yes, English will be good.
Okay. So whenever we are going to heard the word called VFX, so first thing first, what comes in our mind? What is VFX? So VFX is a short form of a process called visual effect, right? Visual effect, a process of creating or manipulating images, videos which don't exist on Earth, or might be some character uh, uh, hopefully you have seen the film Avengers. Like Hulk is not real, like Iron Man is not real, not possible to have those kind of character in real world. So how we can create that? Where VFX comes, right? So it's a process of creating or manipulating images, videos which don't exist on Earth with the help of live footages and CG elements. What exactly is CG? It's called computer generated or computer graphics, we can call it, right? So here are some examples. This is again a shot from Avengers, and the name of the character is Hela, right? So the character like Hela is not possible on Earth, so we need to create that character in CG. So you can see the difference, how it was before and what is the output after, right? So same way, we have after and before. We can see again a shot from Avengers, and like we can see we are shooting it on a green screen. Here we can see we shot that thing on blue screen. So we'll come to that, why green, why blue, if necessary, right? If time permits, then we'll come to know how, why we have to use those things. And you can see in after, background is changed, character is changed, many more things, elements have come, like fire, like dust, many things comes, right? So first thing first, you need to understand why we are using those kind of stuffs. Before that, what exactly stages of filmmaking is, right? So it's not like that कि चलो film बना लेते हैं. It's not like that. It's a process. Like the first process is called development, right? Where any idea comes, like, okay, I have to make a film on superhumans, right? So superhuman is an idea, right? On that idea, might idea come from any book or any play, right? So after that idea, we need to write screenplay, like what will happen, like how that character will grow, right? How that character will save the world, right? That's called screenplay, right? And then again, the major part is called financing. Means you have, if you have to shoot, you have to rent a camera, you have to hire crew, you have to do some special effect, right? Then after development stage, pre-production comes, right? Where shoot preparation happens, like हम कहाँ shoot करने वाले हैं, where we are going to shoot that thing, right? We are going to shoot it in a indoor, or we are going to shoot in New Zealand, or we are going to shoot in Australia, right? This is called shoot preparation, where we are going to shoot location, right? Then cast and crew, like who is going to play the role of that superhuman, right? uh, what will happen around that superhuman, any friend of him, or any girlfriend or wife, something like that, which is called cast and crew. Then set designing, if any set designing needed, right? We are not going to rely entirely on CG. Yes, we can create entire shot in CG, but sometimes what happens, for base we need to create set designing, like some pillar will be there, some dirt will be there, some carpet will be there, right? Something like that we need to create, which is called set designing. Then after pre-production done, what we have production, like we are going to shoot it. If any CG is coming, like I have mentioned earlier, that we have to decide how we are going to create that thing. Either it is CG or set, or mixture of both. 99% time we combine those elements, like CG and set designing or live location. So 99% right now, currently, right, what I'm going to tell you, not a single film nowadays, or it is a web series, not a single film, or not a single project is there जो VFX is use नहीं कर रहे हैं. So entire industry is relying on visual effect, right? So that's the thing. Either it is film, either it is web series, either it is advertisement, either it is a new channel, right? Each and every industry is relying on visual effects. So it's in huge demand, we can say, right? So again, after shoot, if we are going to use CGI, yes, computer generated imagery, जो हम we are going to create it in computers and with the help of softwares, which we are going to see a little. And then SFX is different from VFX, right? SFX is called special effect, right? Onset blast, onset fire. Any effects which is happening on set is known as special effect, right? So after production, we have post-production. In post-production, we are going to see visual effect, sound, grading, final edit. We are not going to see each and everything. Like we are going to touch a small part of visual effects, how visual effects help us to create our a shot or scene, might be, you can say. After that, we have distribution of film marketing, film releasing and screening. Those are all our different aspects. So I hope it's clear. Meanwhile, any doubt, Pooja, please help me to just see if any questions come.
Sure,
So
sir.
in post production we have different parts. We have just seen, like VFX, sound, grading, and final edit. In visual effects we have different areas, like CGI, compositing. In compositing, or in visual effects, we have different elements, like roto, modeling, uh, like prep, cleanup, and compositing. Many things are there. So in some different days, we'll discuss those things. But right now, what we are going to see, what exactly is compositing, right? Compositing is a process where we are going to combine all elements which comes from different part, right? Some live footages which we have shot earlier, right? Then in that particular shot we have to add some CG, like a characters like Iron Man, we have to add in that particular shot. So that Iron Man comes from CGI department. Then some fire, I have to add some fire, so that fire comes from a FX department, right? So if I have to simplify that process, suppose that the room currently you are in, so in that particular room might be some chairs will be there, some tube light will be there, some tables are there, right? Might be possible. So table, tube lights, different chairs, might be some fan, comes from different resources like shops, right? And according to our requirement, we are arranging those elements so that we can use it, right? So same process is compositing. Compositing is a process where we combine all the elements to create our shot, right? So this is something we have to understand. Again, for compositing, we don't it's not an easy task. Again, I will say it's not an easy task. You have to master that thing, right? So in compositing, we have to arrange files. It's a step-by-step process. Eye for detail. What exactly is eye for detail? Like, if suppose that if source of light is here, then your shadow should be this side, right? And again, if it's morning, then shadow will have some red color tint, right? So that red color ka tint is called eye for detail, right? So we'll discuss that thing if time permits. And then corrections and more corrections and some more corrections. So corrections will be there, right? So I hope I'm pretty much clear to everyone, right? Any doubt till now, Pooja? Any questions?
Not really, sir.
Okay, so let's directly jump to my screen where you can see Bumblebee character. Might be you are aware about this character. This character is from Transformers movie, and the name of this character is Bumblebee. And you can see Bumblebee is about to touch a live character, right? And we have lots of fire, lots of smoke, lots of lights, car burning, multiple things are there. And keep it in mind, it's not a static image, because working on a static image is a very easy task, but working in a sequence or working in a video in general terms, if I have to say. So let me show it to you what I mean. So I just give me 2 minutes, just let it buffer. So the software I'm using is called Nuke, and it's a industry standard software. All major production house use this software for compositing. I think most of 99% studios are using this software. So you can see here character is something like that, and if I'm going forward, you can see, so character is moving, camera is moving as well, right? So again, don't worry, this is nothing to worry. See, you can see a spider web is here, must be you are worrying what exactly is this, but I'm going to simplify it, don't worry. So let me categorize this shot, right? So might be I can add this character on separate layer. Just understand the process of layering, right? This character is on separate layer, this character is on separate layer, and background is on separate layer, right? So we have 3 layers and we have to combine it, right? How we can do that? Very easy. If you know Photoshop, might be you can relate. Nowadays Photoshop comes in your mobile, so you can easily understand what exactly layers and how we can use it. So the farmost layer will be the background. On that background might be this character, and this character is on same plane, so might be we can add this and this character. So this is the process which is looking very easy, and this is the way how we have to do it. So let me go through it. So this is my main CGI character, and in CGI character what we have, this is called RGB pass, right? What is called what is passes? First thing first, we need to understand what exactly are passes. So this is the combination, this image, suppose that this is an image, and this image is combination of lights, might be you are aware about, uh, light source, shadow, and might be some specular metallic properties are there, right? Might be some emission pass, right? So RGB pass is combination of each and everything like light, shadow, specular, like animation, and many more things. So, but suppose that what I need to work on his eyes only, the blue color of eyes only. What we have to do, if everything is combined, so it's not possible for me to work only on his eye color. Or suppose that I need to reduce the amount of specular which is coming here. If it is combined, then it's not possible for me to work specifically on this area, right? That's why we need passes. Or let me simplify it. What happens if this specular comes in a separate layer, right? What happens, this light which is coming from this side comes in a separate layer. So that will be easier way to work separately on those elements. So that's where render passes comes in handy. What I mean to say that, so this is RGB pass, and this is what I have layers inside it, right? So I have layer RGBA, which is called beauty pass. We have depth pass, emission pass. We can see only I have over here, right? So I'll let you know how we can work it. We have some utility passes. We are not going to dive deep into this because it will take at least for months to understand what exactly those passes are. But let me quickly go through it. So we have some diffuse pass, we have specular pass. See, specular, we have specular separate over here. We have shadow pass, we have indirect light, we have ambient occlusion, and many more things are there, right? So we can use it. So I started rebuild my this thing so that I can use wherever I want, right? So I started building that thing. Let me specular, and I merge both layers. I merged light as well, and I added more information like I have this thing, specular, more specular, and then this, and then this. So I have my base where I can start working on, right? If I need to work, suppose that I need to work on uh, specular light. So what I can do, I can take a node called grade and probably I can gain it down. See, only I'm working on specular area. Can you see that? So that's the power of layer passes, or layer, or your passes having on different layers. That's the thing, right? So now what happens now when this happens? Suppose that a fire is burning behind him. So what will happen? The impact of that particular fire will fall on that character as well. So we have to keep it in mind. So if any element we are adding, the impact should be on that character. So we need to create that thing. So for that, I'm not going to describe each and every node because as you can see, it will take months to understand. But don't worry, as you are going to study that thing, you will come to know, yes, it's very easy. For you, you can understand fire and smoke, front smoke, right fire, red smoke. So each and everything is leveled and each and everything is segregated very carefully, right? So I'm going to just show some changes, major changes, like you can see over here. Now suddenly you can see it's started taking shapes, like some light is coming over here. I'm tweaking all my options so that I can create that shot according to director's vision, right? So I don't want that specular should come over here, so I can reduce it. Don't ask how I did that. It will again take time, but I showed the way how layer works, right? So I can directly go to this layer and I can downgrade it, right? So this is the process, right? Again, I have worked few more things over here. We can see now it's starting taking shape. So this is the character where I started working, and now I have tweaked multiple settings And now character, it's look like, yes, multiple things have been changed according to shot, and I'm not doing any changes according to my mood. I am doing that thing according to director's vision, right? Why I'm using red light over here? Cause a fire. I know director have told me that, boss, we have a fire burning over here. So that fire's impact should come on this area, right? So that's why I did that. Again, again, the light source is here, right? So I have to change the direction, which we were failed to achieve that thing while doing CG, right? So we need to tweak that thing as well in compositing as well, because rendering, again, rendering any CG element is a very expensive process, right? So we are not going to render it again, so we have to do it in compositing itself. So you can see I'm changing the direction of light over here, right, by tweaking those values, by cutting those values and all, right? So I hope I'm bit clear to everyone, right? So this is all about the CG character, right? And now this chunk is all about background, right? So again, it's a very complicated process, but I'll make you simple. So right now what we have some amount of fire, we have some smoke, and we did something. And if you can see, it's moving, right? It's not static, it's moving. Fire is moving, like camera is moving, and we are working on it, right? So according to requirement, I have different smoke and fire setup, like this, like this. So you can see we have some fire setup like this. We have again some fire setup over here. We have some more fire setup over here. We can see fire and smoke setup. So let it buffer. Meanwhile, any doubts, please ask. That will be very helpful for me, or I would be more than happy to answer those questions. Okay, so you can see it's buffering, it's taking time, and here some more fire and some more fire. So multiple things are going on, right? You cannot use a single layered smoke or fire. Suppose that, as I showed you in final image, might be you can relate. So some fire is over here, smoke going over here, some containers are here, some fire is here inside the car, and some fire, some stuffs are burning over here. So you need to understand this fire, that there is a distance between this fire and this fire, you know. So you have to keep it in mind, because if you'll put this fire over here, it will look bigger in size. And of course we have to tweak smoke related to this fire accordingly, right? So you need to take care about distance as well. At what distance we are putting those fires and all, and what place we are putting those fires and all. The impact of this fire will be very lesser on this character, as this fire is impacting this character, right? So you have to keep it in mind as well. So that thing happens over here. So I have major chunk of background over here. So this is my simplest background. So if I'm going to use my background like this, so let me do it for you. So let me take a node called merge. With the help of merge, we can merge multiple elements. So I'm going to merge A over B. So hopefully you can understand. So this is not a way we want, right? In this scene, what happens? Our eyes is going uh, behind the character, but the character is our main hero, right? So our focus should be on this character, and it's not looking real, right? So we are working in a VFX field, and everything in VFX field should look real, right? So it's looking very fake. So I have to tweak that elements, right? So how we can do that? Now I started adding more elements, and I started color grading my background so that it starts look real. So here I color graded it, more color grading, some more color grading, we can see some more color grading, some more color grading. Again, it's a very tedious job, but don't worry, once you'll start learning, it will be very easy, right? Some more color grading, some more color grading, and I started putting some flares and fires, right? Something like that. See, you can see majorly, I'll show it to you. So this is what we have and this is what we started. So Jameen Asman ka farak you can see, right? So I tweaked each and everything according to our requirement, what director wants. Now you can see we have impact of fire, but we don't have fire. Is it looking natural? No, it's not looking natural or real. So to compensate these impact or environmental impact, we need to add fire as well, right? So now here comes the part I started adding my fire and all, right? So like this. So you can see here we don't have fire, but I started this fire. I again started adding fire and smoke. See, something is burning, then smoke should be there, right? So I started adding fire and smoke and some more fire and some more environmental smoke, some more smoke and fire and some more fire inside it, right? So I added that. So some more fire, some more smoke, more fire and smoke. And now you can see we have this character and I merged this character on top of this, right? So this is one part which ending over here. But now what we have, in real life, it's not possible for any live character to interact with this CG character. So what we need to do, we need to shoot that character in green screen where you can see this, right? And we need to understand where that connect point should be. So what we did while shooting, we created a similar to finger, similar to his finger. Let me show it to you. Again, this comes in post production, right? We can see over here. So according to our requirement, we created this finger ka shape, right? So that the character should go and should touch. And if I can play it, just see what happens. Very, very specific movement. Camera is moving and just character is going to touch that thing. And character is looking somewhere here, like eye contact should be there, right? So this is the thing. And again, after removing that background, our character, only we have our character, right? You can see this after removing that green color. Now I can place anything over here I want, right? So let me directly add this to this for a reason. So here we added our CG character over background, right? And now it's time to add our live character, which will be interacting with him. So let it buffer. Meanwhile, any doubts, please ask. Let it buffer. Meanwhile, any doubt, you can go and you can ask. It will take some time. 2-3 seconds. Yeah. So here we have, right? So you can see this character is pointing over here. So, and we don't have any character over here. So what we can do, we can add our character according to our requirement. Now you can see suddenly our character is much bigger than this character, right? It's not looking nice. It's not looking real. So what we need to do, we need to manipulate this character according to shot, right? So we started doing that. And you can see we have multiple tweakings over here. So let me connect this thing as well. Now it's all fine. So what I did, this is the character and some color correction. So we can see according to shot, whatever shot is going on, the lighting should impact this character as well, right? So we started working on character color correction, right? So just we can see the impact, right? Just you can see the impact. Might be you are not able to see because my screen is too dark. This shot is too dark. So let me see. Fire impact is there. Then again, some more color correction is there. 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 And then finally we transformed it to our location where she should be. Then we added that thing. We added our character with our main BG. So now we have three different layers. So if I want to work on background only, suppose that you director wants ki no, just reduce the intensity of background by 30%. So what I can do, I know this is the background and I can take a grade node and probably I can gain down it by 0.7. What will happen? Our background will be downgraded, something like this. You can do it. So this is the power of compositing. This is the power of layering each and everything, right? We can do that, right? So that's the process. Again, after merging all the characters, and then if director wants ki, this is the final one, you can go ahead with the for editing. Then we have to render it out with the help of right node. So must be your must be you are thinking ki how we can cut that thing, how we can remove that green screen wala part, how I did something like that, right? So let me quickly show it to you. We have different tools in Nuke software. With the help of those nodes, we can do our desired work. Suppose that I need to remove this background, and this process is known as keying or chroma removal, right? So I can go, I can take a node called, I can hit tab. Basically I can hit tab in node graph, and I can type key light. I'm showing you a very basic process of removing keying. So again, it's a time taking process. So in key light, what we need to tell software key boss which color you want to remove, right? So I can go, I can take picker, and I can select those colors, right? So you can see if I'm going to hit A on keyboard, what white is showing, this thing will be opaque, and whatever will be black is going to be transparent, right? So in keylight we have few more options. We can tweak those things to make more transparency, and might be we can tweak this. Must be you are saying ki sir, what exactly these areas? So this will be opaque? No, this is called garbage. Means we don't need them. I need only character. So somehow I need to isolate this character from this background. So how we can do that? I can take a node called roto, right? And I can make a rough shape, right? And I can tweak that thing. So probably you can see I'm making it very simple. So I have this, and probably I can tweak all those things, and what will happen? Only our character will be there. So I need to tweak that thing. So why this problem is coming? Cause just see, we have 4K DCP, means we have resolution of 4K, but this project is of HD only, 19201080. It's a technical thing, I know it's a bit complicated, but just see, we have played this much big and we are working on this much area. So that's the problem we are facing over here. So somehow I have to do what I have to make it 4K as well. So might be I can take a node called reformat, and I can reformat it. I know it's very complicated, but it's not complicated. Once you'll start learning this thing, it won't be complicated. So that's the thing. I can start tweaking my stuffs. I can start. It will take time. Again, I said it's a time taking process, and it will take time to master this art. Again, this is an art, right? So I know I don't need this area, and might be I can tweak that thing, and might be I can tweak those settings as well. And suddenly you can see we have our character only, and we have transparency as well. Might be I can add, we are on this state, right? So might be I can take a simple background like checkerboard, and I can add that thing, something like that. See, and again, resolution. So I can reformat it, and it will be simple. See, so this is something you have to understand ki how things are going, how things are coming. You can easily see. So this is our this thing. Let me figure it out. Now we have HD, and now we can take a merge node. That will be background, that will be foreground, and it's all done. See, our character is on this background. Same way I added this character on top of this background. So I hope it's pretty much clear to everyone how we did that. And I hope I'm on time. Any doubts? We have 5 to 6 minutes for doubt. So any doubt, please ask. Again, it's not a half an hour job. It took me or any artist, it's a time taking process. It took me at least 10 days to do all those stuffs, right? So I don't know each and every value key how the fire will react. I have to do it and I have to see it. If director wants, then I have to go ahead, right? So that's the process you need to follow. I did it in 45 minutes because I did this earlier, right? I know what exactly this flow is, from where I'll get the character, from where I'll get the BG. What I did in background, I know that where I added fire and where I added smoke, each and everything. What kind of color correction I did. So it's a time taking process, and if you learn slowly, if you start slowly, and definitely you will come to know कि this is a very easy task. Just you need to understand fire ka color should not be a pink, it should not be green. Might be some fantasy thing you're working on, you can do it, but in real life fire should be orange. So that's the thing. And again, you have to understand कि if fire is coming from element which is which has petrol, then the intensity of fire and the color of fire will be different. If that element having diesel, then might be smoke will be more darker, and the intensity will be different. So these kind of element you have to keep it in mind. This is called LIFO detail, and I will recommend if anyone wants to start in this industry, so he or she must start practicing photography. Because what happens in photography now, you will prepare yourself for light direction, shadow direction, temperature, some framing, uh, it should be if our main character should be in focus, then there is a rule called rule of third. So you'll practice in photography, and you can use that thing, incorporate that thing in your compositing and creating shots. So it's a time taking process, but it's a very interesting process if you want to proceed further. So that's all from my side, and I think I'm bang on time, Pooja.
Thank you so much, sir. Seriously, this is a very nice shot, and the time, as you have said, this. So, uh, did you mean a 25-second shot or a 1-minute shot? How many slides will it take?
25 second is a very big number, so we need to understand what exactly 1 second. If you're saying now 1 second ka shot, so it's not 1 second, it's 24 frames. Means in 1 second we have to work on 24 images, right? So if anything is of 10 seconds, it's not 10 second. We can say again 10 seconds, so UE. No, it's 240 images, single images that we have to work on. So if I have to create a shot with 25 seconds, might be it will take, depend upon the complexity of that shot, 10 to 12 days it will take.
Wow, and we just cherish the scene, and we do not even realize that it's that time consuming.
Yeah, it's very time consuming, and detail should be there if you're working in a visual effect industry. Like fire should look real. I remember I was working on Sacred Games, and there is a shot where our main character is in jail, and he turns our head to what happens now. Earlier he was in shadow, and as he turns his face now, there is a scar on his cheek, right? So I have to put that scar in post production. So it took me 25 days to do that. Can you believe that? Simple scar.
Strange.
So that's the thing, because Earlier, initially, the scar should be in shadow, and as he comes in light, the light interaction should be as per the shot. So that's the thing.
So, okay, I have this question like the the scars and the marks that we see, are they makeup or they are visual effects?
Most of the time, we use makeup, but it won't work, right? So for starting purposes, just for a mark, yes, scar should be there. We use initial that thing makeup, and in post production we use to create those scars, those patches, the blood patches in post production majority of the time.
Okay. What are the career opportunities do you see? What kind of career opportunities do you see for VFX artists when we talk about the upcoming OTT platforms and in the web series? Are they using VFX as well?
Immensely. 90% of their work is dependent upon visual effect. I said earlier at the start of the session, like uh, either it is film, either it is any web series, either it is a news, either it is advertisements. Not a single shot is there where they are not using visual effects. So any OTT platform, web series, you can name it, like Chhatrasal is coming right now. I think 2 or 3 days back, I saw that poster. Chhatrasal is coming on MX Player. Immensely, they have used. Sacred Games, we worked 2 or 3 years back. And after Sacred Games, a flood of web series are coming on OTT platforms. And since the COVID breakout, like everything is on online or OTT platform. So not a single movie, I would say, is there. They are not using visual effect. 90% of movies and serials and series, they are using visual effects. So career opportunities, this much handful of career opportunities are there. So that's the thing. That's a booming thing.
And is the visual effects artist allowed to do their showcase their creativity? It's
Yes,
a
yes, yes,
question.
yes, 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 yes. See what happens now. We have a directive from director's desk, right? We need to look each and everything real, right? So it's up to artist if how he or she is doing, right? If suppose that I'm taking an example of fire should look real, right? So we cannot use a green fire while it's burning, until unless it's a fantasy thing. So artists have all the opportunity, all the freedom to use his or her creativity to achieve that shot. So yes, it's a creative field, so we have that liberty.
Okay, wonderful. So the creative field, having a creative field, you have the opportunity to showcase your creativity also. And as you are doing your favorite part and enhancing your creativity, you never get tired of that job. So it's
Right.
a wonderful job. I'm sure. So, Ashish sir, thank you so much for your time for this workshop. I'm sure students are going to learn a lot from this workshop and they'll be preparing for MCAT exam. And yes, thanks Mac for the support in preparing students for this MCAT preparation. Guys,
Thank
do
you, Pooja.
prepare. Before we end this session, I'd like to quickly mention about our upcoming session that's on communication design in education and career by Mr. Pankaj Sejowalia at 5 p.m. today. And next we have, like we were talking about opportunities in OTT, the future of OTT and audio space in India with so basically, and we are going to launch our magazine as well, Rise of OTT Platforms, on 31st July, 7 p.m. So with this, I'd like to take your leave. Thank you so much and take care, stay safe. We'll see you at 5 p.m. Thank you so much, Ashish sir.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you.